Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome or welcome back to Stars Aligned Oracle YouTube channel and the Lucky Stars community. Cat Star here, and we're just going to see what messages need to come through for you for this reading. This is a timeless reading. Timeless meaning no matter when you come across this message and it resonates with you, it is for you. As a reminder, my readings are for entertainment and are general in nature. They may or may not resonate for everybody, so please do take what is for you and leave what isn't. For those of you liking and sharing the videos, thank you so much. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also want to give a huge shout out to all of the new and returning viewers and subscribers, plus all of the amazing channel members. Thank you all so much for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. All right, so for today's message, I was called to use this deck that I have created. I have tons of decks that I've created myself that I use sporadically on the channel. If you've been here for a minute, you probably have known that, seen that, or what have you. But these are have the signs, they have the houses, and they have the numbers. So we're gonna see what comes through there. I have recorded kind of a few readings as of late that haven't they've uploaded to the channel, but they haven't. I haven't put them live, so there's a few that are hanging out there. I'm not sure if they ever will go live. I'm kind of waiting. There's some parts of them that I just don't know that I feel super comfortable with, so we'll see what happens. I might actually put them on the members only or something like that because they are a little bit more specific and daring is the word that wants to come through with that. So I don't know what I'm going to do with those quite yet, or if they'll ever see the light of day, of course. But just know that there are a few readings that do come through, some messages that do come through that sometimes the message is too much for me to share. So yeah, okay, let's go ahead and see what message needs to come through here, Aquarius. We're going to get 4 of these here, as that's what came out. And then we're going to, I think, get a few of the tarot cards. I say that because Spirit shifts it up and changes it on me all the time. So let's go ahead and see. You have the first house. So some of you may be being affected kind of by first house energy. This is the house of self. Some of you may be questioning kind of motives or the things that you're doing, the actions and behaviors. Okay, that's how this is coming through. It says how you represent yourself, your personal brand, identity, and self-image, what people see, and the impression that you give. So see, some of you are really kind of tuned into yourself, okay? And not in a selfish or a negative or kind of a degrading way, but really working to figure out how it is that people see you or how you think people see you. Some of you may be actually asking your friends, your relatives, your loved ones, what have you, kind of how they see you or what they think about you. Do they see you as kind and warm? Do they see you as somebody who is generous or willing to help other people out, or otherwise? You're really in this place for some of you with this first house energy of really looking at your identity, how you are coming through, okay? So or how you are kind of being potentially perceived, right? Remember, a lot of times, Aquarius, is how you see yourself is how other people see you as well. So if you are seeing yourself in negative light, then there's a potential that that's how other people are seeing you as well. If you are seeing yourself in kind of an energy of I don't know why this is coming through, but some of you must be feeling this or seeing this or what have you, but of being fake, then that's probably how people are seeing you. We tend to project, right, how we're feeling about ourselves, and other people pick up on that energy and that vibe. So some of you are really becoming aware of that, Aquarius, or really working to become aware. We can do better when we know better, and until we start asking very important questions, sometimes we don't know better. Sometimes we allow ourselves to stay in the dark or in the shadows, Aquarius. But for some of you, you're really in that first house energy during this time where you are looking at the self, okay? Now you also have Aquarius. So see, this is definitely you because you're coming in right here, right? This energy is that of freedom, loving, rebellious, idealistic, and technological, okay? So you're in this energy of really looking at yourself. See? Can't make it up. You're in that first house looking at yourself fully and completely, right? Your characteristics, your attributes, your strengths, your weaknesses, kind of where you are kind of showing up and or um, measuring up in your world with yourself from yesterday, okay? Because we're not in a competition with other people. Our only competition is ourselves, Aquarius, and being better than we were yesterday. And you're really looking at kind of how you were. For some of you, it's coming through that you're really looking at kind of where you were like even 5 years ago. I'm not sure why that number 5 is coming through, but that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a bright red 5 like flashing in front of me. So some of you are really, really in the space of looking at where you were even 5 years ago. Have you progressed, or have you kind of gone in a different direction than you potentially wanted or hoped you would? Now, this isn't with achievements or what you've gained or material things. It's you inside, Aquarius. Have you moved forward in the way that you had wanted to, or that you had seen yourself, right, evolving, growing, expanding? Or have you kind of stayed the same, or have you potentially even gone backwards or gone down the path to the right or to the left in a direction potentially you had some hurt or some anger or some bitterness that has been running the show? It's time to take a look at that, and that does appear to be what you are doing during this time. Now, you also have the 8th house coming in here, house of intimacy and joint resources, okay? Transformational areas of life, okay? So some of you are also looking at your relationships with that 8th house, okay? So not only just looking at yourself, but also looking at the dynamic of the relationships in your life, but also relationships, the relationship with yourself, but also that relationship or the relationships with others. But it's coming through as very much from your own point of view. How are you showing up? How are you, treating yourself and the people in your life? How are you, showing that generosity, that love, that care, that kindness, and or not? Okay, this is really coming through with this energy, Aquarius, of the strong bonds that you can potentially create or break. Some of you are really in this place of self-direction, self-healing, self-reflection, right? And it's moving right through that first house into your, right, the house of self, into your own sign, Aquarius, really, really showing that this is you working on you, which is a very proud moment, a very proud place to be, Aquarius. Although it can feel heavy and difficult and hard and messy, it is something to be very, very proud of. Being aware of yourself, being aware of the actions, reactions, behaviors of yourself, and how other people kind of perceive those, and or the feedback that you're receiving, okay? This is really about having this energy of kind of overseeing things, almost as if you are kind of floating up above yourself and seeing the way that you're seeing yourself or other people are seeing yourself, and or kind of how you are responding to more intimate relationships. Now, I'm not talking about intimate all the way through, right? As far as sexual relationships go, as intimacy as that, because we have intimacy with ourselves, we have intimacy with others, with our family members, but in a non-sexual way, right? In a non-sexual way, it's that connection, that bond with each other, okay, and with ourselves. So being intimate doesn't always mean being sexual. It's really allowing people to see the deeper and sometimes darker parts of yourselves, the parts of yourself that you may hide from even yourself at times, but you're really getting into connection, contact with that during this time, Aquarius. And you're having this, for some of you, it's going to be an ego death and a rebirth of sorts in that 8th house, okay? So this is gorgeous. Let's see what your last card here is. The root chakra. Wow. So defense mechanisms coming through here, Aquarius. This isn't even listed here, or right, but this is what is coming through. You're looking at kind of how you have done things, or kind of adapted in one way or another, kind of as far as defense mechanisms may go, right, to keep yourself safe. And right, and now you're really looking at that to see if it's still beneficial, if they're still at all, you know, supporting you, or if they're hindering you here in this current moment or this current cycle or phase of your life. Okay, the root chakra, your earthly issues, survival, physical body, issues of money, sustenance, safety, shelter. Okay, so you're very much in this place, Aquarius, of survival. Okay, so you may, you know, look up on YouTube, it's kind of some root chakra meditations. They could be guided meditations. They could be, you know, any form of meditation to really assist you in clearing or understanding or seeing kind of where your root chakra might be. You might also just look at information on the root chakra and see kind of what you might gain from that, or clarification that you might gain from that, that is going to assist you in this current journey that you are on, Aquarius, because you are in this place of really, Aquarius is generally can be characterized as people who are maybe detached or run from emotions or aren't very emotional, but you are really getting into the space of your emotional body, Aquarius. Some of us are going through this phase or these places, these cycles within our life where it's time to really get honest with ourselves, and if it feels like things aren't adding up, or if it feels like the feedback that we're getting tends to be in one direction or another, and maybe it doesn't feel so good, it's time to take a look. And it feels like that's where some of you are. Okay, now the color red may be something with that root chakra, the element of earth. So you may go out and really ground, right, earth, be part of nature, be out in wilderness, maybe camping, or going out by yourself in a way that you feel safe and comfortable for some time. It could be very beneficial, not only for getting you back out into kind of nature and unplugging a little bit, Aquarius, but also for getting you kind of in this space of connecting, bonding, having intimacy with yourself again. Okay, now the key words with the root chakra are I have. Okay, I have. So Aquarius, what is it that you feel, right? This could be movement, walking, dancing could be beneficial for you during this time, but for some reason within this, it feels like there is a potential that some of you may be feeling as if you have a dark cloud over you, or that you have, I have, right? That I have. What is it that you have, Aquarius? What is it that you have been saying to yourself, as in I have a block, or I'm not a huge fan of the blocks or the idea of blocks, because I think if we believe in those, then we create them. But some of you, that is what is coming through. I have a block, or I have a issue, or I have whatever it may be. So of course, getting out in nature, or even in your backyard with no socks and shoes on, really dancing with the earth, maybe if it's raining, or even in a sprinkler, right? Allowing that water that's to kind of cleanse, clear away whatever it may be that you feel like you have, as an I have, right? The keywords. And allow yourself to move into a new light. Allow yourself to ask the deep heart questions. Allow yourself to go inward. Allow yourself to be intimate, have those connections, those bonds with yourself, but also with other people. This is a time, Aquarius, of where some of you are questioning kind of where you are in life, or within a cycle or a pattern in life, within relationships, within yourself, right? Questioning yourself. You may be asking other people, not because you are in a place of self-deprecation, but because you are in a place of getting ready and wanting and being willing to see, to be aware of, and to heal those aspects of yourself that you feel may be in one way or another affecting certain areas of your life, and or the relationships or people in it, and or potentially holding you back. Okay, this is a beautiful, beautiful time for you, Aquarius. This is a beautiful, beautiful time for you to really end. Look, the two cards here that are is a burden and strength. Okay, so some of you may have been feeling as if potentially there was a burden. I have a burden. Okay, some of you may be feeling that burden. Okay, so let's read. This is a yes. All right, and this is showing Sagittarius. So there may be, you may have some Sagittarius placements as well, or there may be a Sagittarius that may be somebody that is an intimate relationship that you are looking into, or somebody that you are trusting and asking questions of, Aquarius. But this is overburdened, overloaded, responsibility, stress, problems. Now think of the I have in front of that, okay? I have responsibilities, I have stress, I have problems, I have a weight on my shoulders, I have duties, I have drudgery, right? If you're thinking about it like that, Aquarius, yes, of course, okay? But also, as we go a little bit further, obligations, saddled, restricted, burnout, uphill, struggle, taken for granted, talking too or taking too much, but also some of you may be talking too much, and delays. Yes, some of you are in this place, Aquarius, but right, with these two cards that have come out here, you have the strength and the courage, and you are willing to look at, become aware of, and work on those things, okay? So people that are not willing to do that will probably always be in a same or similar space, and pointing fingers, placing blame, or what have you, potentially on other people. So this is a very wow, a very important message coming through here, Aquarius. This is something that you definitely, need to pay attention to for those of you that are going through it. It does take strength, but you are going to come out on the other side very victorious, Aquarius, because you are willing to become aware of, to look inward, to ask questions, to kind of look at yourself and how this might be coming through, right? How you might be running from things, or controlling things, or impacting things, or, turning away from things, whatever this may be. And really seeing yourself in situations, in potentially even arguments, or where you show up, or that kind of thing. Now, this isn't all doom and gloom, but this is really kind of looking at potentially the shadow parts, so that those shadow parts can be pulled back in and made part of the whole, Aquarius. So within this, essentially, you really are looking at the bonds, the intimacy, right? Your resources that you have yourself, that you can really begin to use to heal yourself, and to work on yourself, and to look at yourself, and to be honest with yourself, and the joint resources that you have with other people, okay? This is a beautiful, beautiful time, Aquarius, a beautiful blossoming and unfolding. And it does take sometimes, right, when we go through the garden to pull the weeds, we need to dig those weeds up so that we can plant the seeds for the beautiful flowers to grow. And that's really kind of where you're at, okay? And that does take strength. Strength begins with the choice to be kind to myself. It also begins with the choice with that yes here, Aquarius, another big yes. These are both big yeses, to really look at the areas that could be improved. Now, this doesn't mean that you're going down this area of everything all the time, all the time, all the time, that something's wrong with you all the time, Aquarius, because that is not true. But some of you are doing this deeper work to really, really progress in your life, to really, really increase that awareness of self and who you are, how you are showing up, and the intimacy and bonds that you have with yourself and with others. And that is definitely, definitely to be commended, Aquarius. So I'm super proud of you. Inner strength, I'll just read this really quickly. Inner strength, courage, bravery, confidence, compassion, taming, control, overcoming self-doubt, focus, persuasion, influence. So okay, so let's switch those I have words from I have responsibilities, I have stress, I have problems, I have a weight on my shoulders, I have duty, drudgery, right? You can go on with that from before. Rewind the video and look back. So let's switch those I have from burden kind of keywords, or self-speak, Aquarius, to the I have inner strength, I have courage, I have bravery, I have confidence, I have compassion, I have control, I am overcoming self-doubt, I have focus, I have influence, not only on yourself but on others. Use that in the best light, Aquarius, and beautiful, beautiful things are going to be happening, showing up. There is success on the other side of this, Aquarius, and sometimes it's a little messy, but we can make a mess before we create the beauty of what it is we're looking for. Even if we're cleaning out the pantry, it gets a little messy before it gets beautiful, and that's kind of where you're at, Aquarius, all right? Beautiful. I'm super, super proud of you. Spirit is super proud of you. Congratulations all the way across to Christ. It takes a very strong person, and that is who you are becoming, even stronger than you were yesterday. I'm proud of you. All right. I do intend this resonated with you and for you. If it did, please do hit the like button and share this video. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also, feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload new readings. It is free for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and it does support the Lucky Stars community in growing and thriving. As always, I do wish you lots of hope, lots of joy, and lots of love with all of your current and future endeavors. I'll see you in the next reading.